All right, court recalls the case of McLaughlin versus Daniels. All right, on this one, you can just stay right there. Did you get it? Where's the key? All right. Mr. Henry, can you get the key from Mr. McLaughlin? All right, that's the key to the premises.
If I may, Your Honor, my two witnesses will be here on Tuesday. I have a third witness that is going to hopefully persuade you that.
Who's the third witness?
It's a video I have on my cell phone. Can I bring in my cell phone on Tuesday?
You can bring it in. I'll take it. All right. Thank you. We'll see everybody on Tuesday. And the gentleman from CMH, could we make sure to have what CMH has paid out in some form? Yeah. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Go. Will you hand me my screen box? Now go.
It's my position he relinquished on the 20th. I normally would have changed them on the 20th, but my son was in town and I didn't have time. Wanted to spend time with my son.
You're saying he relinquished it on the 20th, what, when he receives his alleged $400 from Mr. Temple?
Yes, on my behalf. Mr. Temple fronted the money. I reimbursed Mr. Temple the next morning.
Sir, I see this, but this doesn't even make any sense to me, Mr. McLaughlin. I'll be honest with you. How much was his monthly rent?
$510.
So where's the 400 come from? Where's that number come from?
Okay, he, on the 20th, he left me a voicemail saying he wanted to move out that day on the 20th, as long as he got his security deposit back. I responded that his security deposit at that time was down to $245, that I'd kick in some of my own money, making it even $400, and he accepted that.
Not to complicate things further, Your Honor, but Mr. Daniels does deny also being that 734-221-5645 number.
I denies what?
He denies that that's his phone number. The text and the calls allegedly sent to that number.
Sir,
That's the phone number. I received a voicemail from him saying he wanted to move out that day, as long as he got his security deposit back. That's the previous exhibit.
can I ask a question on how much? God. Exhibit 2. Explain that to me. What you're saying there.
Basically, what this says is he started out with a $765 security deposit. He only made a partial payment on his June rent and no payments on his July rent. So by July 20th, when he said he wanted to move out, he only had $245 left on his security deposit, and I agreed to bump it up to $400.
So how is his security deposit being deducted before he's vacated? That was a question.
The $245 was arrived at by how much he didn't pay. The $765 is the amount he didn't pay for his June rent and a prorated $17.
He hasn't vacated the premises. How are you deducting from his security deposit?
That number I arrived at.
Not my question.
It's assuming he paid.
Listen, Mr. McLaughlin, to my question. He has a security deposit. He hasn't, as of the time I'm looking at this calculation, vacated the premises. How are you deducting from his security deposit?
On a prorated daily basis. I don't understand your question, I guess.
Okay, that's because you don't understand the Security Deposit Act. How are you deducting from his security deposit? That's the tenant's money that you are holding. You do understand that?
Yeah.
So how are you deducting from his security deposit prior to his vacating the premises?
Yeah, I still don't understand the question. That would be the deduction, how much? I understand, 765 was his money. But then he.
So how are you taking it before he's vacated the premises?
I guess I can't answer the question.
Oh, no, I think you can answer it. I don't think you like your answer because I think you know you can't. So Mr. McLaughlin, you've been in this court enough. If this were your agreement, which I understand Mr. Daniels is denying, why wouldn't you have just waited 5 days, come to court, stated the agreement, and then resolved it that way? If indeed this was the agreement.
That would have been an option too. And in retrospect, maybe I should have done that, but he told me he wanted to move out that day on the 20th. And I wanted to honor what he wanted to do.
Okay. Is there somebody living in the premises now?
In the other rooms, yeah.
Well, let me ask this. So he's just not on the premises, right?
Right.
Everything else is the same as before he left.
Mhm.
His stuff is still in his room.
And we have an agreement that he can come get it anytime he wants.
This makes no sense to me. None. I'm not a handwriting expert, but I'm also. You have a copy in front of you of your exhibit 5? I think it's 5 or maybe 3. It says 5, the agreement. You're telling the court that's Mr. Daniels' signature?
Me?
Let me, hold on. Were you there when he signed it?
Absolutely.
Put him under oath, Mr.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name.
Pat McLaughlin.
Put Mr. Daniels under oath.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
State your name.
Daryl Daniels. I mean, when he signed this, he was standing up. So maybe that's.
Okay, and so what's that mean?
That means it might be illegible, but he did sign it.
Which copy? You have the agreement in front of you, a copy of the agreement that's signed?
Yeah.
That you say was signed? That signature.
Yeah, I think they're different.
Oh, they're not just different. Those aren't by the same person.
Oh, yes, they are.
Oh, no, they're not.
I have 2 other witnesses who can come here and tell.
All right, then we're gonna have a hearing. You're gonna bring them in here. Everybody's gonna be put under oath because I'm gonna tell you something, Mr. McLaughlin. This makes no sense whatsoever. That you are headed to court. You file an action, I think on July 8th. You are headed to court. 5 days before that, somebody, or maybe even before that point in time, somebody gives $400, then gives another $400. The stuff isn't moved out of the unit and the locks are changed. Outside of that, there is then this bizarre deduction from a tenant's security deposit, which apparently has occurred prior to him vacating the premises.
No,
Yes.
it's simultaneous with when he vacated.
No, but you're deducting before then.
No, but the money isn't exchanging hands until he's there.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna find me a date that we can do this. When are these other people gonna be available? These witnesses?
John Mattis is available any day. Frank Temple is available any day except Friday. Well, Friday he's available, but he works later
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna set it and then you gotta make sure they're here. Cause I mean, I'm not gonna work around everybody's schedule. Because it's gonna be your. And I'm gonna suggest to you, Mr. McLaughlin, based on what I'm looking at, you might wanna get an attorney. Because for each day he's locked out of those premises, that by statute, under the lockout statute, is $200 a day that you would owe him if I find that there's been an illegal lockout. Outside of that, because now he also has counsel, you could be liable for his attorney fees. Now, granted, one might say, so we can just skip over this argument, that since Mr. Henry is from legal services, and he hasn't paid anything, you wouldn't be liable for any attorney fees. Not the way that works. He gets paid at the rate that an attorney in private practice would get paid, and that's what you would owe. If it's found that you violated that statute. So as I count it right now, if it turns out, absent the other statutes that certainly council's aware of that could apply to this, just on the lockout, you're at $2,800 right at this point. And that doesn't include the. I'll set a hearing. That'd be enough time for you to get counsel if you want to get a counsel, Mr. McLaughlin?
I didn't hear the date.
August 6th, Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday? Yeah.
This upcoming Tuesday,
9 o'clock, that's fine.
August 6th,
Your Honor,
2024, 9 a.m. Yes.
if I may, would Mr. Daniels be allowed back in the premises until then? He has been being housed by community mental health, which I do have the receipts for here.
Well, yeah. Oh, that reminds me of something. Because I was informed that he was being housed by others. That is an incidental damage also, so that any housing expenses they have would also be included and are not part of that 28. But go ahead, Mr. Henry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No worries. In addition to that, I believe we have someone from community mental health here. I believe they aren't able to house him further than today.
No.
I'll let him in. I have no problem.
When is he going to get the keys so that we're done?
Right now,
You got him with you?
I do, but I have to check which one fits the front door, so I'd have to go back. I could meet him there.
Why don't we do it this way? Because I just don't have a good feeling. Why don't you go get the key that fits, come back with the key so that I can watch it being exchanged and given to Mr. Daniels.
Sure.
So I guess technically I'll pass the matter until.
Because I put in the appearance yesterday, I don't have all the court filings, but I'd be able to get a copy of all that.
Dollar paid. And
We can address that.
sir,
Yes, sir.
sir, I'm not assuming, I am assuming nothing at this point. Mr. Henry, we will take care of you on that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome. And Mr. Henry, when Mr. McLaughlin gets back, don't do any exchange until it's in here.
I'll be in front of you.
I want to see it myself because I don't want anybody, don't want to have to believe anybody else's lying eyes. Arbor Woods versus Lacey Horn.
Afternoon, Your Honor. Sydney Fontanella, P86316 for the plaintiff.
Your name?
Lacey Horn Jr.
Junior. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And this is a termination. All right. Sir, what's your position on the termination?
What is it? On the termination?
Termination of tenancy, yes, sir.
Well, the reason they say they're terminating is because they say that I discharged a firearm,
Okay.
which is not true. I have never discharged a firearm in my life. Never.
Okay, let me I remember this from last week and I just was. So is the allegation that he discharged it or that somebody else did? Do you know, Ms. Fontenot?
Your Honor, so I did review the file after court last week, and I have since reviewed it with Ms. Dornbush today as well. We have a video of somebody discharging a firearm out of Mr. Horn's home. The video shows that somebody is shooting the firearm at least 5 to 6 times in the middle of the night. I can't say that it is for sure Mr. Horn. I can't say that it is not. Regardless, it is his house. So if it is his guest or occupant, that like it doesn't really matter if it's him under the lease or if it's a guest or occupant of his home. It's in violation. The gun was discharged.
Okay, so just so that I'm clear, the video purports to show the discharge from his unit out or around his unit out?
Out. So somebody steps out of the front door, takes the gun, and shoots 5 to 6 times is what the video shows.
Got it. You know anything that might show that, Mr. Horn?
When did the video show that?
Hold on. You mean what date was the
What
video?
was the date of the
Well-
video?
When? Okay,
I am just pulling that up. Give me just a second, Your Honor.
all right.
It's May 17th, 2024. It's dark at about 4:28. So I'm guessing this is not 4:28 p.m. I would assume this is 4:28 in the morning.
May 17th?
Yeah, of 2024.
Okay. That's what they're alleging.
That-
Go ahead.
That can't be true.
Hold on. Well, what are you looking at right there? What do you want to?
The videos were not confiscated until the 19th. Yeah, but this termination paper was written on the 17th, before the videos were even looked at.
Well, I don't know. I don't know any of that, but the question that really is going to, from the court's perspective, is you told me that you've never discharged a firearm. Could there potentially be somebody in your household that might have done something like that, you think?
Could be.
Okay, how many people
Well,
are?
let me explain, because
Okay.
they don't say anything about the 20 to 25 bullets that went into my house before somebody fired back at them.
Okay. So we'll get to it. I'm just trying to figure,
Okay.
I gotta take it piece by piece.
Okay.
I'm not there. I haven't seen the video. I don't know anything that,
Mhm.
so, how many people are in your residence normally?
There were 8 people there.
8?
There were five grandkids, 1 great grand, and 2 adults.
Gotcha. Okay.
Your Honor, from my review of the lease, it doesn't appear that anybody else is permitted to be in the home other than Mr. Horn.
I mean, he may have had guests. I don't know if they
Correct.
live there or
Yes.
not. That might be a whole nother thing.
Situation.
So, so, Mr. Horn, what you're maybe indicating, okay, and I'm not trying to hold you to it, but I'm just trying to, is that there may have been shots fired into your home,
Yes,
and that anything that they may have seen after that might have been a response to that.
yes.
Got it. Okay. Santinello, do you guys know anything about that or?
Your Honor, this is the first time I'm hearing of any shots being sent into his home. What I can see from the video and from my review is someone literally steps out with that gun and goes, and it's fired up.
Into the air. Okay.
It's like not even into the air. Like it's not like it was up. It's like it was pointed at something, someone. I'm not sure, but it went off about 5 to 6 times from just reviewing this video.
All right. Okay, so let me ask the next question. Is anybody aware of a this is out at, Arbor Woods. That's in Ipsy or Pittsfield?
That's Superior Township.
Arbor Woods Superior? Yes. All right. Okay. Is there a police report regarding any of this? Is anybody aware?
There should be a police report.
There's-
When I got there that morning, the cards with the numbers on them, they were collecting casings. And there was a police officer inside taking pictures of the holes in the wall.
Okay, so
That was on the
that next morning, so that would have been what, maybe the 18th or the 17th?
17th.
Okay.
It
You
happened-
get home.
It happened between 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. The shooting
Oh.
took place.
At about that time.
It was
And-
5.
But there are police, but you're saying when you get there,
Yes.
whenever it was, doesn't matter. There are police, somebody has called the police and somehow or another sheriffs are there
Right.
and they're taking pictures. So there's other stuff out there that we just don't have. That the plaintiff may not, the landlord may not have. You don't have a copy of the police
The
report.
landlord should have it, but I mean, it gives me the impression that the attempt murder and attempt assassination of 8 people in that home.
Hold on,
Not
sir,
important.
sir.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm not here to resolve all of that.
Okay.
Okay? I'm just trying to figure out what happens sometimes in these cases is landlord gets the report of the firing out and that's on video. And what I'm getting at is that may only be half the story, right? And so that's why I'm asking, is there a police report? Because the landlord may not be aware that there's a police
There's
report.
got to be a police report.
Well, listen, that's why I'm asking you the questions I'm asking, because I don't know.
Okay.
I did not know until I asked that question that you had come home and that the police were there,
Right.
right? Okay, so here becomes part of our problem. There's obviously the video that's there, but then there's the police report and maybe the police report's findings or whatever their investigation may reveal. I don't know whether or not, let me put it this way. If it's under current investigation, I don't know that we're going to be able to get it.
Your Honor, I know that there is a police report. I don't have that, and I don't have the report number at this time.
Okay.
Just so then the court is informed, Mr. Horn is informed as well. From my understanding, it sounds like from what Mr. Horn has stated is that the response that there was a gun that went off from his home, just from his own testimony today, that there was.
No, what he's saying is that may have. I'm getting from Mr. Horn, although he didn't say so, that you're not there.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, so that's what I got from what he's saying, because he says he arrived, he came there, when he got there, there are sheriff's deputies gathering casings and taking pictures of the bullet holes in the premises.
Right.
So I don't think he's there at the time. So, and again, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying that's what I'm getting from what Mr. Horn is telling me.
Okay.
And so in order to maybe try to figure out what the heck happened or didn't happen, what's going to be key to this is the police report. If the landlord doesn't have the police report and may not have a case number on it, do you know if when the sheriff left, did they leave a card with a report number for you?
They left something on the 19th.
On the 19th?
Yeah, on the 19th, they came with the SWAT team and kicked the door down.
Your door?
You don't have that on the report either.
Well, I don't have any.
Okay.
So
And that's when they confiscated the Ring
The Ring camera.
cameras and stuff.
Okay.
So when they,
Let me ask you this, Mr. Horn, and I'm not here to litigate the whole matter
Okay.
today, but where were you when this was going on?
I was in Washington Square.
Got it. Okay. So let me, I want to make sure I have it kind of right, right? All of this happens, the shooting into your home, the alleged shooting from your home, all of that is happening on the 17th,
Yes.
right? Day and a half later,
2 days later.
well, hold on a second. Before that all happens, from what you know, what you're telling me, you get home, the sheriffs are there.
My daughter,
They're collecting evidence,
Right.
pictures, whatever. 2 days later, well, the 17th, sometime on the 19th, day or two later, sometime on the 19th, they come back to your place. But when they come back, they're gaining entry. I mean, they're kicking in the door to
Yes.
come in.
yes.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is somebody's got to try to get the police report of the entirety of the transaction, because then on the 19th, so let me ask you this, on the 19th, they come in and I'm assuming they came in and did a search of the premises or did something, right?
Yes.
All right. From that activity, that police activity on the 19th, did anyone get arrested?
No,
No one got arrested.
no one was there. No one has been there since the 17th of May.
I gotcha. So whoever may have been visiting, did whatever, you guys all leave, nobody's at the residence,
No.
then police go to the residence, they go in, doing something, okay. So how long would it take plaintiff to attempt to try to get the report? I'll assist in any way I can, but I have a feeling we're going to run into an issue because it's probably something that's still under investigation.
Your Honor, yeah. So I did speak with Mr. Dornbush about this as well this morning. I think that at this time we could attempt to subpoena the police report instead of just FOIA requesting it. So hopefully it will be a little bit more successful. I would request at least 2 weeks, and also within that time frame, I would also request that Mr. Horn file an answer. And then we can
Okay.
move forward from there.
All right, so I don't have 2 weeks out, I have 3 weeks. So I'm going to adjourn this to August 23rd, 2024 at 2 p.m. Okay, you were going to say something, Mr. Horn?
Yeah, in regards to the eviction, you know, one of the main problems is that my family really don't want to live there. Okay, I mean, it's still a dangerous situation.
Right.
We don't know if the people are gonna come back. We don't know if the SWAT team gonna come kick the doors down. My grandkids now are sleeping in a basement.
Got it.
You know, I have to fortify the windows because they won't sleep on the first one. They won't sleep on the second. They feel the safest place for them to sleep is in the basement. So really,
you want to give up
the unit belongs to me.
the actual tricks?
Yeah,
Okay.
it belongs to me. And I don't want to live in it in Harmon Woods. I would like to move it or either sell it. But all I'm asking for is time to do that.
Okay, so what I think is going to happen is you're going to have a conversation with the community about selling it. Depending on who you want to
I've
sell.
talked to them about that.
Okay, what'd they say to you?
They gave me permission to do that. I mean, well, it's mine,
Right.
you know, so I.
Oh, you can sell that, yeah. I mean,
Well, I
that's
can-
not a problem, but I don't know who you were trying to sell it to, whether you're
Oh,
trying to
no,
sell
there's
it
a
to
couple-
them, whether you're trying to do
sell it.
whatever.
Matter of fact, I said, there's a couple people I was trying to sell it to. I was even talking to one of the gentlemen on the phone, you know, in the parking lot. He's having problems getting the funds together.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's do this. Should probably be in contact maybe with the attorneys if you're gonna move and just try to sell it. You can call the attorneys and this thing can work itself out. Okay, but in the interim, what I'll do is I'll adjourn this out to August 23rd at 2.
Okay,
Okay, and see what will, you can pick up a copy up front of the time and everything. Okay.
Your Honor, could Mr. Horn provide the court with his phone number and I could get that from your staff so and I can contact him between now and then to see if we can't work this out?
Would that be okay with you, Mr. Horn?
it'll be okay.
Okay. So if you'll write it down, we'll then send it to her and she'll contact you and let's see what we can come up with on this.
See, I have another option because, you know, my son has property. You know, but we'd have to go through permits and all of that, clearing the land to move it there.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, I just need time to do that.
No, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, we don't want to live in Humber Woods.
Okay, so we've got the phone number. We'll send that over to you right now. All right, sir. We'll see you in a few weeks.
2 o'clock on the 23rd.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. Today is an absolute, we need an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Green, we're gonna start bringing people in first. People gonna learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it? Okay.
I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink.